Hello everyone, and welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. So last time we defeated the mysterious opponent that was here, which was the default male character of the game. And he dropped us a square pendant, which, if all things go as they did in the other cave, this should now lead us down to a path which takes us eventually to a second portal. And this pedestal here will have a square, I don't know, receptacle thing. It'll accept the square amulet as an item. Thus making the mirror inside. Cool. Got an achievement for that. That's cool. I like the achievements in this game actually. They are largely, you know, some of them are for just story achievements, I guess. You know, defeat the Brachus Rex and all that. But there's also a fair number that are actually interesting. You know, the kind of achievements that are like, you know, find this secret. Yeah, you know what I mean. Come on, everybody knows the problem with the achievements. I don't know, I find it very lame when the game does, you know, half of its achievements are complete the storyline, the other half is play the game for 100 hours, essentially. And I do like it when it's achievements along the lines of that pretty famous, I think, what was it, Half-Life 2 achievement? You know, taking the garden gnome from the very beginning of the game to the very end. That sort of thing. I enjoy that. That's cool, you know, it's fun, it's something that you see the achievement and you think, hey, that might be possible, I'll do that. It's not like the sort of thing you see in some other games where, you know, achievement 48, walk 1,000,000 steps. Achievement 49, kill 10,000 enemies. Kill 1,000,000 enemies. Harvest 5,000 plants. Fish 100 times. Generally play the game for a very, very long time if you want Steam to tell you that you've 100%ed it. I'm no fan of that at all. I think it's much more preferable if they go for fun achievements that might be possibly easier, or, you know, if you're planning correctly, you can do them all in a single playthrough stuff. But at least, you know, not something along the lines of the only way to get this achievement is by playing for a ridiculously long time. I don't know, it feels cheap. You know, because there's lots of people that want to 100% certain games, but it's just banking on those people spending a lot of time, and thus, you know, it makes the game look better because, oh, it took me 100 hours to beat the game. You know, that's because you went for the wait 100 hours in town achievement, stuff like that. You know what? I'm going to give some crossbows over to Bearotter. I might want to use those staffs. No, I have some fairly good ones. Dexterity and Lawmaster. Maybe. Actually, definitely. Ammo rating, no, this is just junk then. Oh yeah, and if anything I want to use these. Chance to set blinded, chance to set stunned. That's quite good. And it does a lot more damage, as I guess it's normal for crossbows to do more damage. It has a smaller maximum range, 22 instead of 26 meters. It costs a lot more action points, but it also does a lot more damage. I think I might want to do that, because she has a lot of action points anyway. Maybe I'll just have to focus more on giving her the bless buff, so that, you know, if you have 2 attacks per turn, it hurts more if one of the attacks misses. If you have 3 attacks, which I think that's the difference changing from bow to crossbow will make. And yeah, I'm terrible at crossbows, basically. I don't even have the damage boost, but I'm stinking. I'm not stinking. Well, Bearotter is actually, but I'm thinking that might be worth it. So let's go with it. That is, however, the last thing I can think of that I wanted to do here, so let's head to the cabin of the White Witch. I'm afraid the loading screens are fairly long. so yeah, there is that to consider. Ideally... Actually, that one's okay. Loading the game for the first time, you know, starting up the game and loading an area for the first time in a session. That actually costs a lot of time. It's like 30... Man, let's go with 20-second loading times, maybe even 30 actually. It's still not as bad as Bloodborne, but, you know, it's up there. But then Bloodborne has those loading times all the time, and this game only has them as you change maps. Within the map, fast traveling is instantaneous, so, you know, as I'm currently in the Locala Forest map, bam, it's like lightning fast. Yeah, as I said, instantaneous really, which is quite cool. You know, it's fine that it takes so long to load the map for the first time, because you don't do it often, basically. I mean, still, I prefer if the loading times were shorter, and I'm sure it's partly to do with the game not being particularly well coded, but I'd say I can forgive the game that shortcoming, as long as it's, you know, reasonably intermittent. Reasonably rare. Oh, a beehive. Can I loot this? I don't think I can. Oh, can. Cool. It's empty, but I could loot it from down here. Yeah, a game like Bloodborne where you have those loading times every single darn time you change the bloody map. It's terrible. Cast a fireball. That sounds like a good idea against some sort of plant-based thing. Oh. Dead plants, actually. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was easy. I'm not over-leveled for this area, though, I don't think. I might be, you know, because I did everything optional, or most optional things from the first area, I might be somewhat ahead, but not by much. You know, I might be on the upper end of the expected level for this place. I don't know. I kind of talked myself into a rant there about the loading times. Just because of the way Bloodborne is set up. And yeah, I haven't played the game myself. Just saying, I'm talking about what I've seen from others playing the game. And that leads me to believe that well, I've seen the loading times. I know they're terrible. And all the people I've seen play the game have complained about them, so I infer from that I'm not the only one who's annoyed by the fact that it takes up to something like 30 seconds to almost a minute to load up certain areas, and then, because of how the game works, whenever you die, you get that loading screen again. And you die a lot. At least that's how the game somehow works. I'm not sure if it's intentional, really. I'm not sure if the intention was to kill the player, but the intention was to be difficult and challenging. So, consequence of that is that you die a lot. And yeah, it ends up being the case that, in the name of the goddess Hold, who goes there? A source hunter. In that case, you can rest easy, hunter. There's no source to be found here, only the glory of Immaculates. Yeah, we heard about that glory. What is this place? Why, it's Silverglen, of course. Once the abode of miners, now the abode of the faithful. We have traded the search for silver for the pursuit of divinity. I'm sure this sounds strange in what are strangers' ears. As if I'd known. But you must know that but a short while ago, a frightful sickness felled us by the dozen until she who speaks for the goddess brought us a cure. She showed us how we may overcome the frailty and even the decrepitude of our mortal bodies. Decrepitude. That is why we now live a life of devoutness and civility, so that we may become immaculate. But I suggest you talk to Father Loic if you want to learn more about the ways of the goddess. Be welcome, therefore, to Silverglen. Blessed be all Immaculates. There's a...
The Immaculates here seem to be a friendly enough bunch.
Seem being the operative word. Let's remain vigilant.
Oh, definitely. Yes, we will remain vigilant. We have a letter, I think. Here, the Legionaire's will. We met an undead Legionnaire Blossius who entrusted his last will to us, to be delivered to his wife Marisa in Silverglen. He insisted it was private and we shouldn't read it. I didn't read it, by the way. I actually completely forgot to show this. How to Speak Troll Zombie Edition. Remember that troll that kind of talked to us in an unintelligible language and we kind of responded with something that we don't know what it actually meant? Funnily enough,
Over here, Hunter.
How to Speak Troll Zombie Edition actually tells you how to speak to a troll zombie, or a zombie troll. I thought this was quite hilarious when I first read it. I don't know quite what I said to him. I suspect it was one of the less nice things. It might be possible to, you know, convince the guy that he shouldn't take our money. Yeah, so, hey, quite cool.
Psst. Over here, Hunter. It's me, Ahu.
Oh, that's cool, Ahu. Still looking like a cat, but didn't he look like a different cat before?
Well, hello there.
So you have made it into the hamlet of Silverglen, I see. Unnerving spot, don't you find? I can't quite put my paw on it, but something sinister simmers beneath the tranquil surface of this settlement. What do you make of these immaculates? They're the thickest trout, if you ask me, and unnaturally obsessed with the teachings of some strange woman they call the Conduit. I haven't seen her myself, but she must be a witch or a sorceress, and she must possess great personal charm and magical mastery to enthrall a crowd of shaggy miners, to have them hop on the bandwagon of a shadowy religion wholly alien to them. So, why do you suspect something sinister? It looks nice enough. Well, except for the huge banners and the religious nonsense. The blood. Now I can see how it could be a fantastic thing to nurse a dying human back to health if all it takes is to sacrifice a toad. But I spy bloodlust in these people's eyes. A bloodlust that goes beyond the usual meaning of the word. They all act like they're following a benign goddess that will lead them to paradise, but I'll be a dappled Dalmatian if any of that is true. No, this town, I have the feeling it's but a facade. What lurks behind the mask of innocence, I wonder. Okay, so since you've been scouting the place, perhaps you can tell me where I should start looking for shady goings-on. I've been shadowing the local priest, a man by the name of Loic. I have the feeling he knows more than most in Silverglen, for I followed him in the night when he meets with cloaked strangers, and goblins even. Mangoth, Hyberheim, of strange things I've heard him whisper. Yes, this priest has shady goings-on written all over that smug, holier-than-thou face of his. Why are you in your cat form? I guess to hide. The advantage of being a puss, my friend, is that one can pussyfoot. A white-haired wizard draws attention, but a cat can move about unnoticed and indeed unseen. Not that I'm not extra wary of these bloodsuckers, though. There's a conspicuous absence of pets in this eerie little town. Good luck, Hunter. I think I'll take my leave too. People have been eyeing me strangely, and I think I know what it is they have on their blood-crazed minds.
Until we meet again.
Yeah, let's I think it would be best if Aru doesn't get sacrificed to some sort of god of blood. You know, I didn't know that that was going to be a theme of this area, or this town, but kind of fitting that I talked about Bloodborne earlier, don't you think? Where the whole, you know, blood healing is kind of a pretty big aspect of the story, and I used the word story quite wrongly here. Yeah. I shouldn't talk too much about the game really, because this is an LP of a completely different game, but what I've seen so far.
Above. Have you ever seen a creature more pathetic than Fumble?
Indeed, I haven't. Good for nothing troll. He just stands there and mopes like a mule.
Remember when that redhead used to come by and cheer him up?
Oh, yeah. You know, I bet she was just feeling sorry for that whiny lump of toll-taking fat.
Oh, are they talking about that troll that, you know, is taking money? Interesting, interesting. No, actually, I think... Never mind. Wait, what was that? A fiery heart? Because that's not sinister at all. Fiery heart. A magical heart that seems to be burning forever. It contains air and fire. What? That's pretty weird. It's a unique item as well. What's going on here? Brandon, who are you?
Well, hello there.
A source hunter, are you? What brings you to this Negro woods? The goblins, the orcs, the cult, or the whole pretty bouquet? Tell me about yourself. Don't be surprised if you hear more than a few unkind words about yours truly around town. An overseer's got to enforce his share of unpopular guild decisions, you know. I'm finished with this one-pony rodeo, though. I did my best by these roughnecks. Let's be honest, he means rednecks. And now it's time for old Brennan to take a load off. In fact, you may be able to speed my retirement plan along. Okay, sure. He seems friendly enough, and he's also not happy about the way the town is evolving. I must say, I'm also intrigued. Ho ho! I knew a source hunter would perk up at the sound of a challenge. Oh, we're both bold for that. Okay, so let's discuss your retirement plan. Between you and me, the Troll King's sitting on a piece of treasure of more value than even he knows. A metal called Tenebrium. It's a metal. Metal starts with M. If it were an abbreviation, something like M-E-T-A-L, then N would be correct, because M, while it is a consonant itself, if you pronounce M as a letter, you know, M, it starts with a vowel, the E, you know, M. It's E-M, essentially, or maybe E-H-M, depending on, you know what, anyway, but it's a metal because it's a consonant. A metal called Tenebrium that can fetch a prettier sum than its weight in gold. I intend to lift it, sell it, and live out the rest of my days in comfort. Stealing from a Troll King, that seems like a sound decision. The devil's in the details, though, and I haven't managed to find a way to access the King's cave, much less make off with the stuff without being noticed. But you're a source hunter. You can sniff out any point of mystery, so let's make a deal. You find the Tenebrium and bring it to me, and I'll deliver you a few pieces of information about Silverglen, and Lawrence in particular, that are sure to make your mouth water. Very interesting. I am intrigued. I wouldn't wish the rot on my worst enemy, though, so let me give you a little something to contain the Tenebrium bars. It's lined with the fragments of a special stone that keeps rot's ill effects at bay. So, Tenebrium, it sounds pretty bad, right? I mean, Tenebrium isn't... Tenebrae, isn't that... That just means darkness and corruption, doesn't it? So, apparently something you don't want to touch, at least not for any extended amount of time. Okay, tell me more about the Troll King. Apart from Gunga's stature and an incurable case of the uglies, he's not so different from a parakeet. Got a brain the size of a pea and a fervent passion for all things bright and shiny. The Anati Oath sits on a river of silver beneath these mines, but leases it to the mining company for a fraction of its worth in gold. He'd rather put those hefty minions of his on toll duty than mine these hills himself for 5 times the reward. I can't be certain myself where his cave is located, but at least one of those oath lackeys of his must know where to look. They've got to do something with all the gold they've gathered in the course of guarding those damn bridges, haven't they? Okay, I'd like to ask some further questions, maybe. What do you know about the Immaculates? That circus rolled into town shortly after the Tenebrium was discovered. Obviously, dark metal discovered, dark cult moves in. Makes sense. Some freak woman with a freak gemstone managed to cure rot by some strange magic and convinced most of the locals that she were the conduit of the goddess or some such tripe. Okay, so tell me about Tenebrium. A strange sort of substance, discovered here around 2 years ago, and folks have been clamoring to get their paws on the rancid stuff ever since. To the right buyer, it's worth more than diamonds. Okay, finally tell me about the rot. Rot? You're a curious sort of fella, aren't you? Ask around, half the many have a brother who died from it, the other half were cured by that cult.
Until we meet again, my
Did you have the
friend
option?
returns.
But all you are selling is... junk. Nothing I care for, so I'll take money
Until we
once
meet
again.
again.
Lawrence, are you in charge?
Well, hello there.
A source hunter. My liege, I am at your disposal. I am Lawrence, the representative of the mining guild responsible for operations in Silverglen. Please, valiant hunter, let us know how we can assist you. Tell me about the Immaculates. Enough to know the whole institution has been a blight on productivity. With the blessings of the conduit to replace a sense of a job well done, the miners care hardly at all for getting all the mines back in good working order. Okay. Do you sell anything good? Nah. Are you willing to buy a crippling longbow of loyalty? Thank you.
Until we meet again.
I assume anything that's in here, taking it would be considered a crime. Yeah. Now I'm still looking for that guy's wife. To
You've always
give
been
her
Silverglen's finest and
the
treasure.
Legionnaire's last will, basically. bunch of miners. That's Brandon. We've already talked to. Hey, how about Ramon?
Well, hello there.
Raymond? Ramon? That's a German pronunciation. Let's go with it. That's Ramon. Schweinefleisch. Okay, you must be a broom because you just swept me off my feet. Wow, the puns. And who might you be? Me? I'm Ramon. I may not be a genie, but rub me right and I'll make your dreams come true. Yeah, you're a male prostitute, aren't you? He actually is. Mind if I ask you some questions? No question, please. Ramon does not ponder, he does not wonder, he only loves. Okay. And you sell soap. Yeah, let's, hey, how about you buy this?
Until we meet again.
And now we are going to walk away slowly before we catch
Amazing.
syphilis.
Arcane can remain in heat all year, it seems.
I know I was slightly slow in realizing that, but yeah, that appears to have been Bertolta's reaction to that. You're the first woman I've seen, are you maybe the
hello
Legionnaires? Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes. Where the rivers run, the goddess weeps. How can I connect you to our eternal goddess, my friend?
Until we meet again.
Yeah, just don't. Who's the salt? Goddess's greetings, friend. Her greatness gave us fire, her greatness gave us earth, and my savvy brings you spells at the best rate in town. Come give me your best offer. Oh, he sells spells. I kind of already know a lot of spells. Fortify, magical poison dart, I already know those, I believe. Enchant self or ally with an earth shield, giving poison resistance, earth resistance, but decreasing air resistance, but 50 to poison and earth resistance. If I get resistances over 100, I become immune to that element. Actually, if I have it at 100, I am immune to that damage. If I have it over 100, I actually absorb it, I believe. That's what I read on some kind of forum, I think. I don't think I have enough stuff to sell. Large spider I've already got. Summon blood swarm. Summon a swarm of blood wasps. Yeah, as well. Burn my eyes, firefly, self-immolation, none of those seem particularly desirable. Wildfire flare I've already got. Immune to freezing, summon fire elemental, and summon fire elemental. Okay. I want to keep those two, but I can probably sell all this stuff. And all this stuff, and we're already closing in on the necessary amount to satisfy the guy. Yeah, let's just give him some money in addition, and, you know, there we go.
Until we meet again.
And I think this might also be a merchant, so let's see. Oh, she sells wind and water spells. Farseer, gained improved sight. Doesn't matter to me. Hit vice I've already got. I don't care too much about these the air element doesn't seem, I don't know, it has some good stuff. Cleansing water cures blind, mute. I don't think I've got this yet. Requires level 10. Okay, that explains it. This would be nice to have on Shahan. Freezing touch, ice shard, mass disease. What? Disease all enemies within an area? Lowers constitution and bodybuilding, but why is disease water magic? I would have thought witchcraft. Rain, strong regenerate I've already got. Minor heal I've got. Summon ice elemental I've got. Okay. The staffs. Okay, only it changing here doesn't actually change which character I've got selected as a primary currently. Okay, well, you can have some of my armor. Yeah, you don't have any money, but that's fine. I don't mind losing something like 20 gold.
Until we meet again.
Okay, but I still need the random person's...
Hey there, tall and strong.
Well,
Up for a
hello
little
there.
roll in the hay.
Okay, so you're the female prostitute in town. Tell me more about yourself. Oh, honey, that's a story for another day, ain't it? Speaking of, yours and mine has hardly just begun. What say we get better acquainted upstairs? I've got all kinds of details to share with you. Okay, can I ask you some questions? Go right ahead. So what do you think about the Immaculates? Bah, they just stand around and praise the so-called goddess all day long. I've no idea who she is, but apparently she gets her kicks from having blood sprayed all over her. I knew a girl once who was into that kind of stuff. What? Okay. Her clients used to call her goddess and mistress too, but there was precious little divine about her. It is a brilliant game. Everyone buy this game. It's awesome. Okay, so what's your take on Silverglen? Honey, I hardly recognize this place anymore. Everything has changed since those silly Immaculates have came into vogue. The miners, they used to spend their last penny on a backward glance from yours truly, but now they'd rather pray than play. I just don't understand it. Okay, I'll take my leave.
Until we meet again.
Swell enough. Would be better if you glance in my direction.
I will quick save, and then let's see if we can spend a night with a hooker. You know, the others can watch, I guess.
My friend returns.
Okay, so you have a bedroom at the ready? Indeed I do, and I'm just itching to take you... Itching? What? You're itching? What? Sorry. To take you places you've only ever dreamed of, honey. What's a lousy 250 gold between an adventurer like you and a fine piece of tale like the one I've got in store for you? Okay, tale. Fair enough. That's the spirit, sugar. Gold always puts me in the mood for a little romance. Follow me then, my knight in shining armor.
Until we meet again.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have a sunburn? Or are you
Actually,
always hot?
yeah, the others cannot watch.
These goblins are worse than the trolls.
La 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 la. I'm going to want to know what's going to happen in here. Well, I've quick saved, so nothing terrible can happen, right? Oh, look, Bicky. This doesn't look like a trap. We'll go in there next. Doesn't seem like she wants to take us there.
The fuse is getting shorter. Stop it! Freeze it! Stop talking, naughty princess. Leave fuse alone. Or boom.
Oh, maybe I should. I guess we'll see. If this blows up, I'll quick load and, you know, do this. But I think I might want to have a character that can freeze. Okay, do I use the bed now? No, I don't. Just, you know, give money to a prostitute and just sleep in her bed. That's the way that works, right?
My friend returns.
Okay, let's get it on. Oh, let's do it. But first I need to know about your preferences, honey. You're in charge tonight after all, so tell me which sword best floats your boat? A savage, merciless witch or a gentle, sensuous nymph? Let's give me the witchy treatment. After all, my current life partner is a witch. I was hoping you'd say that. Not every customer can handle the thrill of a little mid-afternoon fright, you know. If I'm any good at this, I'll scare your pants right off. I'll scare the pants right off you. Come, let's make ourselves comfortable, and this witch will weave her charms.
Until we meet again.
Dun 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 dun.
It was a terribly stormy night in the tiny hut. A cauldron steamed and bubbled. Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water in the damn thing! Nose into sharp indentation where the hut's walls met. Low muttering burbled through its jagged teeth and bloated lips. A knock, swift and sharp, fell upon the door. Bobby or pay, a small voice called. Bobby or pay. It's time! Freeze it! It is time! The feather stood up straight and straightened the long, stained apron that hung about its hips. A moment, child, a moment! Babby Orpay croaked, hurrying over to the cauldron. She quickly filled 2 flasks with the swirling violet brew and stepped monster away with you. In a flash, she was through the hut's door, flicking 2 gold coins at the grubby child, who scrambled to retrieve them from the dark doorstep where they fell. The wind whipped Babby Orpay's hair, lashing her thick skin with thorns. Old witch had mind for one fact alone. Please, somebody do something! The councillor was nearly dead. After some minutes, she arrived at the edges of town. Working her way into the councillor's sick room now required stealth, not speed. And so Babayopi crept, silent as a cat, between alley and square.
The fuse is getting shorter. Stop it! Freeze it!
Stop talking silent mansion. It was nearly easy for the witch to sidle in, masked in a simple wallflower charm, and wind her way into the crowded room where the councillor lay dying. She cradled her flasks in her arms, enjoying.
Let me go, you little monster! Away with you!
And waited the final opening. Soon, she whispering croaked, soon enough the councillor will be mine. The wailing mourners around her took no notice. And that's the end of chapter 1. So, Cutie, what do you think?
Please, somebody do something! Throw back in water on your damn thing!
Sure takes the edge off the suspense. Don't it? Well, this has been a pleasure, darling. Come find me again, any old time.
Wait.
God,
Fair
the fuse is getting shorter! Stop it! Freeze it! Stop talking!
So apparently I paid for
This is
that.
most excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate.
Not that it wasn't a somewhat cool story,
I
but
can feel the goddess.
it's not what I expected to. Just, you know.
Let me go, you little monster! Away with you! No!
Okay. Now to finalize the episode, let's open this. Let's see what's gonna happen. You there, back off. Picky bomb. One more step and picky boom. No, don't go. Please help me. That thing is keeping me trapped here. It's crazy. It'll kill me. Yeah, let's just... Nah, he'll never dare to blow himself up. Let's just have them disagree. Yeah, let's try to reason with the woman who's a lot smarter than us. Yeah, I think he might bring... Yeah, fine. Let's have her convince him. Apparently. Well, actually, they've got the same reason score. Interesting. Very well, have it your way. Princess, keep her trap shut up or picky boom! New folks shoe or picky boom! Last warning or picky boom! You know what? Don't have freezing touch.
Somebody!
Wait, why is she now angry as well? Woman, try to save you. Try to freeze the guy. Fine, if you absolutely insist. I will create a fire surface. Just around you. That might have been evil. I don't know. I meant to save her. You know, guy was gonna blow himself up. Not nice. Brothel room key. Oh, so this is a brothel. Well, a kind of brothel, I guess. Okay, stole stuff from Paul. Who's Paul? Is he the local pimp? Oh well. What's a little murder among friends, eh?
Do you believe in these goblins are worse than the trolls?
Okay, Marisa, it's another woman.
Twice as mean.
I think that might be the wife of the guy.
Hello there.
Ah, you startled me. Let me compose myself. Wasn't the guy whose will we're currently giving also having that stutter? Hello, stranger. How can I help you? What can you tell me about yourself? Oh, me? I'm just a waitress around here, as you can see. My husband, Blossius, is a legionnaire currently stationed in Sicil, but I haven't heard from him in far too long. Okay, I kind of started on 2 and on long there.
Until we meet again.
Wait. Do I need to have the item on me? Parchment, letter from the conduit, parchment orders, blasphemy, merchant. I'm just looking for where the Colossus's will. There we go. No, I need to have it on the guy who's talking.
My friend returns.
About your husband, I have here his will. His will? But that means he's... Oh, no. Oh, not my cutie, broody buttercup.
Until we meet again.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have a sunburn or are you always hot?
Okay, mostly miners. I guess Paul is the tavern owner.
Do you believe in the gods, baby?
Oh, Elwyn, Ellery, and Mikhail Solomatan. I guess we'll continue with this next time. I don't know if there's anything left to do in this town, actually, but... yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I guess I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.